Hey folks, we're hiking here at Lookout Mountain.
That's right, we are in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and right now we are standing on Lookout Mountain. We are getting ready to hike the Bluff Trail, and it's got a lot of history here from the Civil War, so hopefully I can sprinkle in some facts while we're hiking here about what happened here at Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So we're starting our hike today, and we're not even positive right now how far we're going to go, but we are at Craven's house here on Lookout Mountain, and we are starting from the Craven's house, or Craven's Trail, and going to meet up with the Bluff Trail on there. You ready for this, Catfish?
Yes.
All right, this is our first real hike of 2019. Just think, Catfish, can you imagine back in the 1860s, the Confederate soldiers climbing this mountain and staking it out for viewpoints to watch for the Union troops to come in?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that's what happened right here on the trails we're on.
Yep.
In September of 1863, the Union Army had been defeated in the Battle of Chickamauga in northern Georgia, so they retreated to Chattanooga, Tennessee. The Confederate Army, led by General Braxton Bragg, then besieged the city, trying to starve out the Union Army and force a surrender. Bragg's troops set up on Lookout Mountain, giving them a commanding view of Chattanooga, the Tennessee River, and the Union Army's supply lines. Their artillery atop Lookout Mountain controlled access by the river, and the Confederate cavalry raided supply wagons before they could reach Union troops in Chattanooga. The Union government and General Ulysses S. Grant then sent reinforcements, coming in both from the east and west, reopening supply lines. By November, thousands of Union troops had arrived, and on November 24, 1863, Union forces swept the northern slopes of Lookout Mountain in what became known as the Battle Above the Clouds. We really got to wonder if this branch like that is one of those Indian trail markers. I definitely say that tree is old enough to have been such a thing, and it's got a similar bend to what I've seen in them. Hard to say. So I don't have an official trail map of all the trails here on Lookout Mountain, but there are quite a few. They're crisscrossing all over the place. And we're just trying to follow the Bluff Trail, get to Sunset Rock, and just kind of wing it after that, really.
Yeah.
I love the sound of running water on a mountain trail.
Yep. All that lichen.
Lichen?
Yeah.
Lichen? Yep.
Everywhere, isn't it?
Yep, I see lichen, I see some green moss.
Yep.
Life.
Finds a way.
Yes, it does. I'm loving some of this bluffage here.
Yeah.
Really cool rock formations up on these bluffs. Yeah, I'm loving this. All these rocks. Yep. This is just what I needed. Get outside. How you liking this trail so far, Catfish?
Scenery is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great scenery.
Yeah.
You look out over the valley, and you see other mountains in the distance, and Tennessee River cutting through the valley. There's so much water coming down these bluffs. See, this is kind of what I'm at home in. All the bluffs and all the rocks and all the cool areas. Let's sneak through there. It's a cool little cavern. Leads into a cave. Lookout Mountain has several caves, commercial caves, in fact. Yeah. Pretty neat little place, isn't it? I'll apologize now because I know this is going to end up being a really long video, but just kind of excited. First hike of the year and hiking a new place, and just in awe of the beauty of all the rocks and all the water flowing. If you like flowing water, man, this was the day to come out here.
Yep, Sunset Walk up there.
Yep. All right, we have found our spur trail to get to the top of Sunset Rock. So let's head up there, Catfish. Well, we made it to the top of Sunset Rock.
Yep.
And it is pretty darn cool. What do you think of that view there, Catfish?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see some flooding.
Yeah, after last night's rain, actually the last few days of rain, there's definitely some flooding going on. So, Catfish discovered the benchmark up here, showing the elevation. Unfortunately, you can't read the elevation. It's always nice when you can get out and get a beautiful hike on with all of our favorite features that is just absolutely buried in so much history. And it's really cool to unpack all of the cool geology, all of the cool history, and all of the amazing views, isn't it, Catfish?
Yep.
So the Bluff Trail here on Lookout Mountain definitely lives up to its name. Just some amazing bluffs, great rocks, some great views. To do the whole trail is an out and back about 9 miles, but we are going to try to turn this into some kind of loop trail. So we're going to go down Upper Gum Spring Trail to the Upper Truck Trail to work our way back to Craven's house to make this a pretty awesome loop hike. One good thing about hiking this time of year out here, Catfish, no spider webs in the face.
Yep. But I hate those spider webs.
Yeah. We seem to be a magnet for them most of the year, don't we?
Yep.
Alright, we are now on the Upper Truck Trail, working our way back around, right, Catfish?
Yep.
So down here right off of the Upper Truck Trail is remains of a building And that is all that remains of Camp de Mary, which was an old CCC camp, the Civilian Conservation Corps of the 1930s. It's where a lot of the young people in the 30s during the Depression, that was their only source of income and their jobs, and that is literally what built up our national parks and state park systems, was the CCC. And frankly, I wish we would do that again. With all of the infrastructure issues, the national parks having like billions and billions of backlogged maintenance, we could use the CCC again. Well, our section here on the upper truck trail has been a pretty easy stroll, hasn't it, buddy?
Yeah.
We're now taking the Rifle Pits Trail that will take us back up to the Bluff Trail and back to, well, to finish our loop. So now this trail we're on, called Rifle Pit Trail, not positive what gave it its name, but then I look down here and there's this depression in the ground surrounded by rock, and it really just has to make me wonder if that is the source of the name. There really was pits dug out with riflemen in them during the Civil War. Well, that completes our little loop hike we did here at Lookout Mountain, going up Bluff Trail to Sunset Rock and down the Gum Spring Trail and back up Upper Truck Trail to Rifle Pit Trail to complete our, it was about a 4-mile loop trail. And it seemed like more than that, but that's the way it always is anytime that you're on a new trail. And it was just so packed full of scenery that, yeah, it was a great hike. What did you think about it, Catfish?
The scenery was beautiful. There was lots of history to it. We almost went on the wrong trail a few times.
Yeah, there are definitely a few intermingled trails, and but we always found our way, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, so much history here. What did you think about all of the bluffs and rocks?
Those were cool.
Those are really cool.
Lots of moss and algae.
Mm-hmm. Always looking for signs of life, and you can find it anywhere you look, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Really cool hike, but you know what? We have more adventures to do here at Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, so until next time,
Peace out.